In this video, I will be talking about the scandal that happened between Josh Bryce, Voddie Baucham, and Tom Axel. Josh Bryce stated that Voddie Baucham and Tom Axel misappropriated funds, approximately $1.1 million. He stated that they should have given an account as far as what happened to the money. Josh Bryce used fake accounts to email allegation about Voddie Baucham to the Rose Report. Writing as Tom Smith, disguised G3 minister, founder, and president Josh Boyce emailed the Royce Report last December with allegation of financial misconduct against well-known author and pastor Voddie Baucham. TRR has learned. The emails were sent from the address tomsmith5959ga@gmail.com. This is one of two anonymous email addresses Buice used over the past 3 years. Elders at Prayers Mill Baptist Church in Douglasville, Georgia, confirmed today with TRR. On Monday, PMBC placed Buice on a definite leave after uncovering irrefutable evidence. Buice had operated the fake email address as well as two Substack platforms and at least four anonymous social media accounts. PMBC said Buice used the accounts to publicly and anonymously slander numerous Christian leaders, including faithful pastor, some of whom have spoken at G3 conferences, several PMBC elders, and others. Buice also resigned as president of G3 at the request of some members of G3 board. In the email to TRR, Buice questioned how $1.4 million raised through a GoFundMe campaign to cover medical expenses for Baucham were spent. In 2021, Baucham announced he was battling heart failure, was uninsured, and would have to cover everything out of pocket. So Tom Axel, a Southern Baptist pastor and president of Founders Ministry, set up the GoFundMe page to help Baucham. Founders Ministry is a platform. Funders Ministry is a Reformed Baptist group within the Southern Baptist Convention focusing on returning Baptists to their roots. And so that was the original GoFundMe page, and it ended up raising $1,439,488. And so Bryce claimed in the email to TRR that Baucham operation would have cost only about $300,000. The real question remains: where is the $1.1 million? Bryce claimed in the email to TRR that Baucham operation would have cost only about $300,000. The real question remains: where is the $1.1 million? The email stated, nothing that Bryce claimed in the email to TRR that Baucham Bryce claimed in the email to TRR that Baucham operation would have cost only about $300,000. The real question remained, where is the $1.1 million? The email stated, noticing that Baucham was moving to Florida soon and partnering with ASO Founders Ministry. People should know where the money is if they give it for an emergency operation and it's being used for something else. Bryce wrote, that's deceitful. TRR replied to the email from Tom Smith asking if he had firsthand knowledge that the 1.1 million is being misused, but no one replied. In the past 2 days, TRR has reached out repeatedly to both Baucham and ASO, asking for an account of how the GoFundMe money was spent, but did not hear back from either of them. As you can see, in 2021, Voddie Baucham had quadruple bypass heart surgery, now faces long recovery. Southern Baptist preacher Voddie Baucham Jr. underwent a complicated quadruple bypass heart surgery Monday, typically reserved for patients with severe heart disease, and now has a long road of recovery ahead. He came through the quad bypass surgery well late last night, had a good night, had been awake and responsive. Next 24 to 36 hours are crucial. Thank you for praying. He has a long road of recovery ahead. Praise God for his mercy and mercy on display. Tom Aso, president of Founder Ministry, revealed in a statement on Twitter Tuesday. You can see with the information that I just went over that Josh Bryce had other issues with Tom and Voddie. I don't feel it really had anything to do with the money itself. I feel that he wanted to put them in a bad light because without even talking to Voddie Baucham or Tom Atzel, Josh Bryce went ahead, set up a phony email, and started emailing Julie Royce and telling her that she needs to investigate Voddie and Tom to see what they was doing with the money because he was saying there was misappropriation of funds. He had other phony accounts set up and everything like that. So he's basically going behind everyone back, not as himself, but just more or less trying to cause trouble, to stir up trouble. And he not only back talked Voddie and Tom, he also did that to other pastors. Being a pastor of a church, being a leader of the church, everything he did was outside of what a pastor should do. And so one of the questions I have that basically I just want to put out there to you, any money that a church get for church purposes or church reasons, that money is supposed to be accounted for. They're supposed to have, so if a member of the church asks for a record of where the money was spent, I'm giving money, tithing, I'm doing all this, where's the money actually gone? They should be able to give them that information. This is different because this is for personal use. Tom set up a GoFundMe for Voddie to have heart surgery. When you set up a GoFundMe, you have a date as far as how long you want to run the campaign, and you have a goal as far as how much money you want to receive. Anyone who goes on there to donate money, because that's what it is, you're donating for heart surgery. So anyone that went on to that site to donate to Voddie, they seen exactly how much he needed, and they also seen how much money was actually donated. At that time, they have a choice of how much they want to donate, if they want to donate, or if they don't want to donate. There's no force in that. It's totally voluntary. So when a person go on there and they seen that he reached his goal, they have a choice to say, well, I still want to contribute. Even though I see he reached his goal, I'm still going to give him money. And they can continue to give him money, give him money, give him money until they actually stop the GoFundMe. So these people made a decision to give this money in spite of him already reaching his goal. That's because they was doing that out of their heart. They wanted to help him out. So to then turn around and say these people need to know where the money went, obviously they know the money went to his surgery because he had the surgery. So it wasn't any misappropriation of funds. He had the surgery. Any money left over, that's up to him to do whatever he wants to with that money. And if anyone ever had surgery, even if the surgery itself is a set amount that it's going to cost that amount, he spent over a month, I think about a month in the hospital doing recovery. That's another bill because every pain medication they give him, every time they go in there, they feed him, everything they do is racking up. It's a bill, it's a bill, it's a bill. So the surgery might have cost 300,000, but recovery was another set amount that he's going to be billed. Any medication that he may need afterwards, he's going to have to pay for that. Once again, he had to get a plane to come from Africa over to Florida to have the operation. Then he had to come back from Africa to Florida. And I'm not saying all that costs $1.1 million additional, but at the same time, that's his money that these people knew they was donating. And like I said, once they seen how much money he had, they continued to donate because that's what they wanted to do. And I feel that he has an issue with that because he has an issue with Voddie. I don't know if he didn't want him to get the money. He had a problem with how much money that he actually raised. I don't know what issue that he had with Voddie or Tom, but that's a donation that is separate from any funds that he may have collected for the church. So that's why I feel like, what's the point? Why are you worried about what money he has? That has nothing to do with you. So I also get a newsletter from Voting Ministry. So I'm going to go ahead and share part of that email with you. I get a newsletter from Voddie Baucham, and he talked about, the thing with Josh Buice, the G3, and he also mentioned in this newsletter about a heretical AI sermon on YouTube. As if there was not enough, a fake YouTube account is also releasing heretical AI sermon using my voice, name, and likeness. Voddie Baucham World, yes, that's the name of the account, has been releasing these sermons for a few weeks now. We have had an attorney contact YouTube, but the AI space is new territory, so getting the site shut down has not been easy. Please pray for me and my family as we weather these storms. And then below, he gives a list of things that he would like you to pray for or would like us to pray for. And so you see in that email that someone had set up a YouTube channel using Voddie's name, using his likeness, but it's completely AI. I have seen other channels where people may have posted one of his sermons, but it's actually him actually giving his sermon. But on this particular YouTube page, it's not his voice, it's an AI voice. And so that means anyone can put anything into that sermon and try to make it seem as this is what Voddie is saying. So even they can say something totally crazy, totally out of the way, but make it sound as if it's Voddie that's saying that as part of his sermon. So you see, he's trying. He has lawyers. He's trying to get this taken care of to be able to get that channel taken down. So my name is Delmarshae. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.